Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Just kidding. Today I'm packing for a wedding. So I figured I'd just sit down quickly and talk about what we bring to a wedding. This is part one. I'll do a series of like what's in Trisha's camera bag, what she brings. Also what's in our support gear bag, tripods, monopods, etc. and lighting and stuff. We'll do that in a future video, but for now I'll just go over what I bring in this backpack. Just check it out. I'll show you guys. We'll unzip it. Love this backpack, first of all. It's super comfy and it fits a lot of stuff. I don't obviously have all of the gear in this because we rig up our cameras, so we carry those separately. Usually let them roll around in the backseat of the car. We're working on a solution for that, but shooting on one, and then the overhead camera is the camera that normally goes in this little compartment up top here. So, I mean, we got some stuff that also we can tuck in there, these things, and although it looks like a first aid kit, it's not. That's what we use. It's very archaic, I know, and some medical tape, but this is what we use to strap a mic pack to a bride's leg. There's way better options out there, but we've been using this for a while and we just haven't been on updating that part of things. So that's what goes up there with our C-cam floating around in there / extra camera body. This is one of our newest additions here. This is the Godox TL30, it's called. This is like a good little light. We've seen a lot of people, our friends over at Hello Tomorrow actually mainly got us on this, as well as a few of our photographer friends, but we've seen it hidden in tubes, like glass cylinders, and it kind of makes it like practical light for like speeches and stuff, which is pretty cool. A lot of the time we'll just drop it behind like the flower arrangements on the head table, just like to light the couple from a distance. It's like a quick, easy way if there's not a whole lot of room for light stands or secondary lighting. So that fits in there super nicely. And love this light. It was, I can't remember, it was like really cheap though, compared to like, we're more Aputure people ourselves, but I thought I'd give this a go. Pretty stoked on it. Let me know if you have any questions about it. Also packed these things. I won't go about necessarily opening them, but they're like Diopters, which is really cool. So rather than needing like a whole macro lens to bring along for any macro type shots, which are pretty few and far between, we don't do a ton of them, but you can just thread this on. They're just a filter, thread those on, get some really nice cool close-up shots. So it's small, packs up light. We have our drone. We've got our, I don't feel like pulling it all out, but here's our Mavic Mini Pro 3. You don't need a license to fly them. Super beautiful image that comes out of it. Nice and small, very responsive via the controller. The controller that's bigger than the drone itself, we got packed in there. We've got ourselves another light here, another little Aputure daddy. These guys are nice to just drop as like an extra little bit of lighting. You can never have too many little lights floating around. This monster 70 to 200 lens right here. It's like a $300 lens. I bought it when we first switched over to the original S5, just because I wasn't sure if we were gonna switch over to full frame. It's been sitting in my bag for about an entire year now without me pulling it out except to move it. And I always just have it in there for like, just in case. And I was about to pull it out this year because I haven't used it in so long. And then I was looking at some older wedding films, just like look of ours to watch, to like critique my own work. And a lot of the shots that I shot with this look really, really good. So I decided to keep that in there this year and maybe use it a little bit more. Above that, we got our V-mount batteries right here. Got a couple of those in there. One's on the camera right now, so I bring 3 of those to a wedding. They fit in there nicely. Power cameras, power lights off of it. Right here, we got a whole lot of, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these Sony MPF batteries. Again, to power monitors, power lights. Can never have too many of these. Screens eat up a ridiculous amount of power. And you can't forget your audio bag. This is very, I'd say, out of anything, minus like batteries and extra cards, this is your most important thing in the whole bag. We'll break this down and kind of what we have for audio gear, but we got a couple Zoom H1Ns in there, Tascam DR10Ls, Zoom F2s, and then extra cables, batteries that power that sort of thing. And then we have our junk drawer. bag goes underneath that. So we got V-mount cables for our monitors and dummy batteries, little small rig arm to attach our light to our camera if we need to. Beside that, tucked in the side, we have some lens cloths. We have some rye coats in here. We have extra base plates for tripods, gimbals, etc. So basically this is the junk drawer section of the bag and the audio section. So the least important and the most important, but the junk drawer can be the most important sometimes too. Now in this guy here, I don't know how the top down angle is because I can't really see the screen from here, but this whole section right here, all batteries, all camera batteries, because you can never have too many of these. And I find using V-mount batteries, a lot of the time, they just sit here and I don't bother charging them in between weddings, especially mid-wedding season, because weddings are a lot of the times like at most a week apart, sometimes less, or we have multiple in a row. So they kind of live in there. I leave this pocket here open, and that is because we switch cards quite a bit. We'll once we pull those cards off that are finished, put them in there. So that's a designated finished card pocket so that they don't get mixed up with old cards. And then in this guy here, that's the new cards. So if you gotta grab some cards, just quickly here, put the old ones in there, you're good to go. Trish will bring a backpack sometimes too, and that just kind of frees up some room in this. But that's basically all we bring. Part 2, I'll cover the lighting and support gear. It's less interesting, I guess, in this. Hopefully this was slightly interesting. Let me know what you guys bring to a wedding in the comments below. And until then, we'll see you guys pretty soon.